Okay, in the accompanying diagram, BAE and CAD are straight lines. Angle B and angle E are right angles, and AB is 3, BC is 4, AD is 15. What is the length of DE? So we want to know this length here. Now we can find the length of CA. I'm going to call it Y. And we can find that by using the Pythagorean theorem. Since that's a right triangle, we know that a squared plus b squared equals c squared when we're talking about the legs, the lengths of the sides. So 4 squared plus 3 squared equals, we're going to call that y squared. So that's 16 plus 9 equals y squared. That's 25 equals y squared, so square root both sides, and we get that 5 is y. So if this length is 5, then now we can see what the relationship between these two triangles is. And we know that because these two angles are congruent because they're vertical. So now we have angle, angle, side similarity. Angle, angle, side. So these two triangles are similar, and they're similar because the larger one is 3 times the size of the smaller one. So if that's the case, 5 times 3 is 15. The shorter leg, which is 3, times 3 is 9. And 4, the longer leg, times 3 is 12. Okay, simplifying this expression completely, when you have two of these same roots functions being divided, what you can do is make it a very large root with that same index. So put everything on the inside to start with, and then we're going to simplify. Right, so now we can do that division on the inside. So 200 divided by 5 is 40, and x to the 29th power divided by x to the first power, you're going to subtract those and get 28. Now we just have to simplify this. So the cube root of 40x to the 28th power. Well, we're looking for cube roots. So what I know is that 40 can be divided by 8. So 8 times 5 is 40. 8 is a perfect cube because 8 is equal to, let me switch these around so we have some more space. So 5 times 8. 8 is equal to 2 to the third power. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. So since this is equal to 2 to the third power, what I can do is take out the cube root of 8, which is 2. Okay, so what's going to happen here is I'm going to simplify that a little more so that we can see it. The cube root of, I'm saying 8 times 5x to the 28th. The cube root of 8 is 2, so I'm going to bring that out in front, and I still have 5x to the 28th inside. All right, well now x to the 28th power, when you're taking out, I forgot to write my root there. When you're taking out a root of x to the 28th power, what you're going to do is divide that by 3 and see how many you have left over. So 28 divided by 3, well, 27 is divisible by 3, right? Because 27 divided by 3 is 9. So we can take out an x to the 9th power, but we still have 1 left over on the inside because 9 times 3 gave us 27, not 28. So we still have 1 left over on the inside. Okay, and that's our final answer. Okay, we have the sides of ABC, so I'm just going to draw a triangle. And ABC, the sides are 2, 3, and 4. All right, what could represent the sides of a triangle similar to ABC? So if it's similar, that means that there's a multiple of them. So what we can do is multiply all of them times some number. Well, if I do times some number for each of those, let's say if I did times 2, right? If I did times 2, that would give me 4, 6, and 8. Well, that's not an option. If I did times 3, that would give me 6, 9, and 12. That's not an option. If I do times 4, that would give me 8, 12, 16. That's not an option. So what we're doing is we're just looking for these to see which one of these are multiples of 2, 3, and 4 in that order. And the only one that is D, because this would be 2 times 10, 3 times 10, and 4 times 10. So this is the only one that is similar. Okay, which set includes the zeros? Remember, the zeros are just x-intercepts. So that's at -2 and 4. So -2, 4. Okay, which equation represents the parabola? So this is in vertex form. Since our vertex is -3, 1, remember that's your h, k value. When you have the form y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. So if h is -3, then that would be x minus -3 or plus 3 squared, and k is +1. Now all we need to know is the a value. So automatically we can see our answer choice is going to be C, but notice that since this is flipped upside down, it has a negative a value or a -1 in front. Okay, find the value of x. So with this angle given, we have the opposite and the adjacent. So that is tangent. So tan 20 equals 9 over x, opposite over adjacent. And now we're just solving for x. So we're going to do times x on each side. So we have x times tan 20 equals 9. And now we need to divide by tan 20 on each side. And then this crosses out, and we have x equals 9 over tan 20, and put that into Desmos. So 9 divided by tangent of 20. And make sure that you have this in degree mode, and we do, so that's 24.7. Okay, what is the value of x if z is the midpoint of AC, so these two are congruent, and y is the midpoint of BC, which means these two are congruent. So if that's the case, that means that the longer side is twice the size of the shorter one. So this long piece here is equal to twice this length here. And same thing on this side. This long one is equal to twice the small one. And we know that because since those pieces are congruent, you would double them to get the whole length. So what we know is that YZ, this length here that we want to know, is going to be, we're going to have to figure out what AB is. And since we know AB is 2x minus 4 and YZ is 21, now we can actually do some solving here, because BA is going to be twice the length of YZ. So AB is 2 times the length of YZ. And we know that because we know the smaller triangle is half the size of the larger one. All right, so AB is 2x minus 4, and that's twice the length of YZ, which is 21. So 2x minus 4 equals 42. Add 4 on both sides. So 2x equals 46, and then divide by 2 on both sides. So x is 23. Okay, how many units in which direction was ABCD translated? So ABCD, notice that that is this one here. This is ABCD, and it was moved this direction. So A went backwards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it moved 7 units left. Okay. What's the probability of a 5 or a diamond out of a stack of 52? All right, well, how many 5s are in a deck of cards? There's 52 cards total. How many are 5s? Well, there are 5 of hearts, clubs, diamonds, and spades. So that's 4 options out of 52. Then we're going to add the probability of a diamond. How many of those cards are diamonds? Well, you have the 4 suits. You have diamonds, you have the club, you have hearts, and then you have the spades, right? So 52 is divided by those, divided by 4. 52 is divided by those 4 suits. So 52 divided by 13, divided by 4 is 13. So there's 13 of each card, 13 of each suit, right? Okay, now, how many of those are diamonds? 13. So 13 out of 52. Minus the probability of both, right? So what's the probability that it's a 5 and a diamond? A 5 of diamonds. Well, there's just one of those in the deck. Of each